I'm set up in the same place I was one day last week when I had that gobbler answering me. Same situation. He's off of our property, or the property that had permission to hunt. It sounds like 200-300 yards down there. I don't know if you can hear him. I don't think he's off the roost yet. I'm just trying to give a few calls once in a while to let him know I'm up here. Definitely getting closer, but he's circling around me. This is exciting. Alright guys, so I don't know how much of what just happened you could really pick up on, but this morning and the last hour was the most fun I think I've ever had turkey hunting. I didn't even see a turkey. Well, I guess that tells you how much experience I've had with turkey hunting. I had Gobble Fest going on down here. I'm hunting the same spot, the same stump that I hunted in last week's video, I think it was on Tuesday, where I had that bird responding to me for a while, but he just wasn't willing to move up the hill. So this morning, I heard him gobbling again. I moved in, set up, same spot, and basically the property line as close to him as I could get, but he's still a couple hundred yards down over this hill. And I decided to call pretty sparingly this morning, and I thought I'm just going to let him know I'm here. And that went on for quite a while. I believe he was still on the roost. And eventually, he started moving up the hill, and I didn't hear anything for a while. He just kind of went silent. And all of a sudden, I think I let out a call, or maybe he just gobbled on his own, but he had closed a lot of distance. I would say he was within 100 yards. I got ready. I was super excited. I was convinced he was coming in, but he actually circled around me. And so at that point, when he started circling around me, again, I would guess that he was within 100 yards. I'm really not sure. But at that point, I had to turn and shift both myself and the camera. So I'm wondering if at that point he saw me. He definitely did gobble several times after that, but it sounded as though maybe he moved slightly further away. Not far, but a little bit further away. So even though I couldn't see him, I'm wondering if he saw me and saw me move. But what was interesting is after he circled around me on this side, I heard another gobbler on this side that I didn't even know was there. And they were kind of gobbling back and forth. And at one point I heard basically 3 gobbling at once. So I'm pretty sure there was at least 3. I don't know where they all came from. Definitely a great morning in the woods. I hope you'll stay tuned for some more turkey hunting. I feel like we're learning, and hopefully soon we'll at least capture a turkey on camera. And really, I'm hoping we're going to get one on the ground. I'm back here on a foggy Monday morning on the same turkey, and he's hammering. I don't know if we'll get lucky or not. Stay tuned. Alright guys, I'm packing it up. I still hear that gobbler going off, but he's way down now. So anyways, I'm off. I'm going to go see if I can find any more, and maybe I'll find one that's on our property where I can work them from different angles. That would be cool. Let's go. Guys, I was just about ready to give up for today and go home. It's about 9 o'clock now in the morning, and I just heard another gobbler, and believe it or not, this one sounds like it's right in the middle of our property, where hopefully I can get to it. Let's see what happens. Alright guys, so I think I learned another lesson just now. I had that bird going, he was answering me, and I think I tried to get too close. Alright guys, so that was a ton of fun. One of my favorite things to do, honestly, is to call hens. For a couple reasons. One is, if I can call a hen in, it at least tells me that my calling isn't so terrible, that some turkey thinks I sound like a turkey. And the other reason is, it's great for me to try to copy the way they sound and see, okay, am I sounding like they do? Am I making the same sounds, the same vocalizations? And it worked out perfectly. She was just right down over this hill. And I was afraid she was going to circle me. But sure enough, she popped out. I just stepped it off. It was about 22 yards. And I've been saying all along that my turkey gun's really limited. But I would have taken that 22-yard shot for sure, if it had been a tom. So it was really encouraging that I was able to get a turkey on video, finally. I was able to call a turkey in to within range of my shotgun, which is really encouraging. Even though it was a hen, at least I know that with the right setup, that I can get a turkey within that range of that turkey gun. So that was a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed that. And it was a hen, not a gobbler. Would you believe that? After I called that hen in, I was just about ready to get up and leave. And I thought, I'll send out a few clucks and yelps. And I heard a hen down here again. So I started calling again. And would you believe it? I called her up onto the road again. I've been working up through the woods here and I haven't heard a turkey. So I just sat down on this log and I was just kind of relaxing. It's a beautiful day. Wasn't really calling, wasn't even paying that much attention. And I thought, well, you know what, I'm going to break out the old crow call. And people say that you can use it as a locator call and you'll get a turkey to sound off. And I have to tell you, I don't think I've ever had success with it. But I blew it just now. And way across this valley on the other side of the property, I had a gobbler sound off. So, I guess we're going to see if we can get closer and find out where he's at. That gobbler's still going. He's up on this ridge up here. And I don't want to go straight at him, so I'm coming around this way, and I'm going to get up on the ridge with him, and hopefully from up there I can get a better idea of where he is. But he's gobbling good, but I think I also hear hens up there, so I'm not sure what's going to happen. There's for sure too. I heard him now. He went off again. Guys, that was a ton of fun. Having those birds answer. They're still answering once in a while. Trying not to overcall, but if I call every few minutes, they'll answer. If I call too much, they kind of stop answering. So that's something good for me to learn. But the one that was on the hill has now moved down close to where the one in front of me was, and it sounds like they might be moving away. I don't know if they have hens with them, and that's why they're not coming in. They seem super interested, they're responding, but they're just not coming in. Alright guys, so this is the earliest I've been out here yet. I made a really good effort to get out here early. It's still dark. I don't know if I'm going to make it all the way to where I want to be before it starts to get light, but I'm really going to try to sneak up in there. I'm going back to the place where I didn't hunt yesterday, but 2 days ago, where I had both gobblers going at once there, where I heard them across the valley. That's the same approximate area where I called the hens in. I think it was the day before. So I'm hoping that I can get up there and maybe call that gobbler to me before he joins up with those hens. But I got to be here early in order to make that happen. So I'm going to try. I hope you'll stick with me, see what happens. Well, I really had high hopes for this morning, sneaking up here early. It just has not panned out for me. I've been sitting here for probably an hour and 15 minutes now, maybe in this spot about an hour. And I haven't heard any gobbles since right after I first got up here. I heard two that I think were from a bird way down this hill. But there's a deer. Anyways, about turkey hunting. Just haven't heard anything up here. Alright, so that's going to wrap it up for week 2 of the turkey hunting vlog. Guys, I felt like this week was a lot better. Like I said, it was a gobble fest some days. Thanks for sticking with me through the highs and the lows. There were some great days where they were just hammering. Called those hens in, some really enjoyable fun days. And this morning was just one of those days where there's just nothing happening. I mean, I heard 2 distant gobbles early in the morning and that was it. So there's definitely some highs and lows of hunting. That's the name of the game. There's a couple things I wanted to point out to you. One is, guys, I'm cutting down these hunts so much. Some of what I'm showing you in 2 minutes might be a 30-minute, 45-minute, hour-long sit where I'm calling to birds. They're not in proportion at all as far as like how often I'm calling or how often they're responding. I'm just trying to give you an idea of sort of what was going on and what I was thinking through the hunt and why I set up where I did, that kind of thing. I also wanted to point out to you that I've heard reports from several more experienced hunters than myself in this area who have said they're having the same difficulty I'm having. The birds are answering, but they're just not coming into the calls. Several people have said they believe that the gobblers are still henned up. So that's discouraging in a way that the gobblers aren't coming in. But on the other side, it's actually really encouraging to know that those that are more experienced than I am are having the same problems. It gives me hope that, yes, I'm not the greatest caller or the most experienced turkey hunter, but other people are having the same struggles. So we'll keep learning. Maybe next week's vlog will have me shooting my first spring gobbler. I hope you'll stay tuned, keep watching with me, and until next time, remember to get off YouTube and get outdoors.